Hey, how's it going? davidinark here, and since the World Wide Web is 30 years old, at least as I'm recording this, it's the day of the 30th anniversary, the birthday of the World Wide Web. I thought it might be fun to jump into the Wayback Machine and look at the sites that I developed way long time ago. I have no idea. All right, so I was actually chatting with Roasted Bunny earlier in the day, and we got to talking about websites, HTML, that kind of stuff. And so I had shared with him one of the sites that I had found from way back when. And I don't know, I thought that'd be kind of fun. So if you're not familiar with archive.org, they've got all kinds of stuff. In fact, they have like a gazillion DOS games. There's all kinds of stuff they have. But one of the really cool things you can do at archive.org is type in a URL and find your way back in history. So as it turns out, the very first site that I ever authored was housed actually at one of the local school districts. It was kind of a weird community thing that went on before it was banned, basically. Excuse me. It was called Wolf Den. And so what happens when you search the Wayback Machine is it will show you all of the instances. Each of these black lines is when the Wayback Machine took a snapshot. Now, some of them are accurate. Some of them, just depends on what was there. And the Wayback Machine itself didn't start till 1996. So it doesn't have anything before 1996, which is kind of a bummer. Just because I graduated with my bachelor's in 93, and it was shortly after I graduated, I started playing around with HTML and coding and just getting into that. So I actually have an earlier version of the site you're about to see, but right now I don't have it anywhere. I'm hoping maybe it's on a floppy disk or a CD that I backed up or something, but this is my unofficial homepage. And I love that I put unofficial in parentheses, like I had an official one. No, there was never an official one. I have no idea why this was listed as the unofficial one, but oh my gosh. This brings back crazy memories. Look at the background if you can. Hey, if you're able to do that stereogram thing, you can do the stereogram thing. It doesn't make a picture, but it makes everything else float. So there's that. Merry Christmas. By the way, don't bother emailing me at this email address. This site hasn't existed in forever. Oh my gosh, look at there. Netscape 2.0. Go get it now. It's hot. This is actually, holy cow, this is probably the third or fourth revision of the site, because the first one was just the site with kind of like this down here. It was just blocks of pictures. These are so 1990s. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so first of all, you see this was captured January 11th, 1997. So actually that's not as old as the first ones. I mean, like I said, I started in 93. So but the first layout was something along these lines here, where I just had graphics that were all kind of backed up next to each other. And then at one point I had actually this is going way back, but in the early HTML days, everything was flat. And then HTML3, I think it was, came out with frames, and I was hooked on frames. I thought frames were going to be the way to go forever. And in a weird sort of way, they are. It's just now the way they do it, it's much more, what's the word I want to look for? Elegant. But in those days, I had these icons down the side of a menu that never changed, and only the internal content changed. I really wish I had a copy of that, and I'm hoping that's the copy I can find on a disk or something somewhere, because that would be cool. But then I learned how to do image maps, and so I made this puzzle, and I did a puzzle on purpose because I had learned how to do image maps. So if you move your mouse, it's hard to tell, but the links actually stay with the puzzle. So like this little piece sticking out here actually is going to go to this page of links. And this little piece here goes to these Christian links. And this little piece down here still stays with the Assembly of God just because the map traces the actual puzzle piece. I was so proud of myself in those days, man. Truth is, now I probably couldn't do that if I wanted to. It's been so long since I messed with the image maps anyway and doing that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I had things divided up, and I just added things and built things in. This is funny here. The Dallas Computer Flea Market, that was a thing that happened the first Saturday of every month, I think it was. And they took over these parking lots in Dallas, and you would go, it was supposed to start at 6 in the morning, but really you could get there at like midnight, and you would buy computer stuff. You'd walk away with these massive 19-inch monitors, or you could buy pallets of old computers, which is funny to say now because, you know, they were old computers then. I don't even know if this, I'm curious, does this still even work? Probably not. I'm going to guess not. Oh, wow, it still shows up. Oh my gosh. I don't even know if look at this. This map is about 85K. In those days, that was dial-up, man. So, you know, 85K, that was going to take you a while for this to load. It's so funny to look back on this stuff now. But, wow, I wonder if these roads even look like this anymore. But this red area here, that's where the flea market was located, and I'd gone twice. Once my family actually took a vacation to Dallas, and that was part of the vacation to Dallas was going to the computer flea market. My family really must have loved me because holy cow. But then I have things like, here's the page o links, and I was playing around with all kinds of different things. So everything is marked so I can hit the T, you know, it'll jump down to the T, and then there's a back to the top, you know. I mean, I don't know. It's so funny to look back at some of this stuff and just see what I was doing. And then also just to look at what some of the sites that were on here and are still around. I mean, you know, here's, you know, ABC. Well, this was, at that time, it was abctelevision.com. That may or may not go anywhere. I'm kind of curious. What if I open this up in a new tab? Does it even go anywhere? Oh, well. Oh, it actually, oh, well, it's still in the Wayback Machine, so it's going to show you what ABC used to look like. Is that not crazy, man? Which, that's also one of the other cool things about the Wayback Machine is if it can find the link in its database, then it will show you the page captured at about the same time as what you're clicking on here. I mean, that just, oh my gosh, it's so crazy. America Online, it's you know, here's Ben and Jerry's. I guess I was trying to be my own Yahoo or Google, which Google wasn't even a thing. That is so crazy. I have no idea why I had all these links listed here. How strange. That's so funny. And at one point I actually had a search engine page. I don't know if, look, and I can't even get back. There we go. Okay, so search engines, check this page out. This is, you could search directly from my site. So you could put in the text that you wanted, and you could search whether it was web crawler or Yahoo, Microsoft, Excite, InfoSeek, Magellan, Lycos. Oh my gosh, that is so, look, see, this predates Google. I mean, this is pre-Google, folks. I mean, how crazy is that, man? That's just absolutely insane. So this is like an early version of the first site that I ever had. And again, that was on the Wolf Den site. But then once it was the state, the state kind of frowned upon using school and state sponsored equipment for community services. So that was done away with. And instead, that site was then rebranded as pcfa.org, and I can jump to the site that I used to own there. pcfa.org. Yeah, that's right. No, I know that's right. Huh. Well, I was pretty sure that was right. Maybe there's no tilde. No, I know there's a tilde. I know it's PCFA. Yeah, PCFA. And I'm pretty sure it was tilde dehend. Huh. Okay, well there you go. Oh, because I didn't have it for that date. Okay, so the Wayback Machine does some weird things. So, yeah, because of what the time it changed. So, I don't know when I moved over. Probably 99. That sounds about right. But it looks like October 8th, 99. Oh, well, see, and actually, this I actually pointed over to. I had moved all my stuff from this host over to my work website, and so that's where this goes, and it actually does go there. Now, again, I don't know the dates, so okay, so October 4th, 99 is the first time that this version of the site, and again, this was housed where I used to work, and at this point, I had moved over to front page 98. Woo! And so these used to have pictures. These were graphics, but you can see they're pretty much the same thing. I had my web links. By this time, I got rid of that whole page of links because web search engines were so prevalent that I didn't feel like I needed one. Now, why did I still need a specific page for Christian links? I have no idea. But you can see I even put little blurbs by them. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That is incredible, the stuff that I had on there, just because. How funny. Guaranteed. Look at this. Baby Go to Sleep, Jesus Loves Me edition. Guaranteed to quiet crying babies. I wonder, does that even... I would like to know if this site works. I wonder how you can do that. Can you pop out of the site? Look at this. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. I truly don't remember this at all. Don't have time for graphics? Go to the text only page because your dial-up is too slow. Oh, holy cow, that is hilarious. Oh my gosh. I have no idea. So can you even... I don't know. I have no idea where the song was. Baby Go to Sleep, Crying Testimonies. I don't know. I have no idea what that site had. Oh, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. Look at there. Last updated 10/20/98. So even though this capture was from January 29th, 99, the last time I had updated this page was 10/20/98. So holy cow, that was what a few months after. So wow. That's so great. I wish the graphic was here. I cannot for the life of me remember what the graphic was up here. I wish I could. That'd be pretty cool. So this site is where I used to work, and I had moved it to there. And then I'm pretty sure I pretty much gave up. Well, no, I tell you what. Well, no. Huh. I don't know what I did between here and launching out on Blogger. I must have been doing something in between. I can't recall. I'm looking. Let me see my notes. Yeah, I don't see anything in my notes that I was trying to remember which sites I had gone to. But so one of the other things that I had done, if I go to the host of where that site was, and I jump back to the earliest days here. So that was November 11th, 98. This is what my company, education co-op that I worked for at the time, this is what the site looked like, which is just, oh my gosh, that is so crazy. Again, this is like front page 98. Look at that. Yep, front page. Look, best viewed, 800 by 600 and 256 colors. And I even made a page to explain what that meant. In Windows 3X, this is what you should do. And if you were in Windows 95, this is what you do. So, holy cow. It's so funny to me to look back on this and think about, even back then, I was trying to help people, give people online tutorials on how to change their settings so they could best view this site. That is crazy. So one of the things though, and I don't know if that's, let's see, November 98. I hadn't been working there very long, I don't think. So I was trying to see, let me look at the media site, because one of the things that I did, oh yeah, there's a new media catalog. One of the things that we actually purchased, if I'm not mistaken, is this IIS cart. We had a media system you could check out. You could check out videotapes. Now, I told you this is going back, all right? Just bear with me. Let me go down nostalgia lane here. But you could check out videotapes through our media system. The schools could, and then we had a person who drove the media delivery vehicle, and they would take it out to the schools. So that system at first, for the longest time, was it was a computerized database, but the schools would have to call the organization, talk to the media specialist. She would research and see if we had whatever it was they were looking for, and then she would do the whole checkout thing. Well, I had taught myself using IIS cart and a whole bunch of ASP scripting. I taught myself how to create this media library search. So we moved everything. Oh my gosh, look at there. There's like the whole Magellan style front page graphics. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Wow, look at that. Look, this one was last revised June 23rd, 99. Oh, that's so weird. But you could actually, at this point, you could search the media and find what you were looking for, and then you could actually check it out from the site. So yeah, even back in 98, 99, I was playing around with this, figuring out how to make life easier for the users. It's just so, that is so crazy. And of course it doesn't work now. You can't, if I remember right, you could hit, well, in those days, I think I could just hit find my media. No, you had to have, okay. So I think I could do a space. Yeah. So I could, in those days, you could hit a space and it would search. It would bring up everything in the catalog that had a space in it, which was everything in the catalog. I think I eventually edited this so that you didn't have to do it that way. I'm curious. Let me bump this up here. What is this? Oh, yeah, I forgot about, wow. So I had updated the theme. So we were no longer the Magellan search. We had gone to this blue front page theme. Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. So crazy going back through this stuff. Oh, here you go. View all the items. Okay, this is probably not going to work because they don't have access to the database. So, oh no, it does work. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Holy cow. That is bananas. Yeah, so we had all this stuff in our media catalog, and then you could click on the item number and it would add it to your cart. Again, I don't know how much of this is going to work. Yeah, okay. So, but it would add it to your cart, and then you could check out, and the media person would get an email, have all the media items listed there, put the package together, and then have it ready to ship out. I can't believe this comes up. And all of this, not all of this, a lot of the ASP that I was learning in those days, yes, I taught myself, but it's one of those things where, you could either look at some source code for some pages. Now, a lot of ASP scripting is hidden behind what's happening on the server side, but there were sites like Four Guys from Rolla. There was another one called like ASP F1 or F1 ASP or something like that. And so I was grabbing bits and pieces of code from all these different places and then cramming it into what I was trying to do in order to make it fit, in order to make it work, and figuring things out. Like the catalog results page, how it was formatted, and then the pagination itself. And in fact, I think I ended up tweaking this so that not all of the pages had to be listed. If I remember right, I can't remember now. I just don't remember. It's been so long. So I'm curious, did it crawl all of this? Wow. look at there. Videos, CD-ROMs, books, audio cassette tapes. Oh, this is, what a crazy walk down nostalgia lane. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, so just out of curiosity, so 2007, wow, it was, and this was still going in 2007. I was actually trying to just get to the main site. I can't remember. Let's see. I left. Oh, well, that's there. So the last time this was captured. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. Well, this is all under development according to this. Oh, and it changed its name. That's right. I forgot about that. So somewhere in there, they changed the domain long after I left. I left and went to another organization. And that organization, waiting for this to come up here. But that organization is where I currently work, my full-time job. And that was ETSWSC, if I remember right. And if we go back, what's the earliest here? Now, I didn't work on the web. Oh my gosh, look at this. Yes. Now, there were graphics that are just not showing up. But yeah, this was pretty much going all the way back to April of '97. This is pretty much, what the site was. It was just a bunch of links. And then I started in 06. So I don't know. Let's see what 06 has to say. Oh, yeah. There you go. More of the front page look. So this one, we'd obviously moved over to front page. That is, oh, my gosh. And this, let's see, at this time, and I'm not sure if I was working here yet. When is this? 2006? Yeah, I was. Well, February 2006. I don't think I started till July 2006. I can't remember now, actually. Off the top of my head. But this was the technology clerk, and this was the technology coordinator at the time. I came in as a distance learning coordinator, and eventually, in 2007, we actually moved over to, and I have no idea what this is going to look like. It was ETSP. I can't remember if it had all of that in there or not. Let's take a look. It may have just been ETSP. Let's see if that works. So this shows 2006, which I didn't think we started it that early, but maybe we did. So let me look at July 14th. See what happens here. Yep. Oh my gosh. So in 2006, 2006, we moved over to Microsoft SharePoint. And in fact, we had moved over to SharePoint so early, I think this might have even been, it was either beta SharePoint or SharePoint had just come out. But and then just things went from there. But it's funny to me to see the changes and the evolution of hard coding everything yourself to putting it into an environment such as SharePoint, where you essentially put the content in, but it handled the bulk of the HTML stuff and things along those lines. So I don't know, very, very cool. But I mean, and this is neat. It's a neat walk down memory lane, but I have to say this is really why I wanted to do this, because when I think of going back in time, and this is probably going to give me an error because the timing is going to be off. So let me jump back here. But when I think about, jumping back down memory lane and the web being 30 years old, I mean, this is, and that's the other thing. So the web is 30 years old as I'm recording this. And, you know, we're still looking at 97, 99. That's still 10 years after the web was born. Now, not the internet. The internet's way older than that, but the web and the way we view web pages and graphics and how things interact with each other first started 30 years ago. That's awesome, man. So anyhow, there you go. I don't know if you enjoyed this walk down nostalgia lane, but I sure did. And I appreciate those of you that have hung out this long, this far into the video. Thank you so much. Even if you skipped ahead to the end, I appreciate you hanging out and checking this out. But there you go. So happy birthday to the World Wide Web, 30 years old. It's amazing how far the web has come in 30 years. I can't imagine what the next phase is going to look like, if it's still even going to be called the web, whatever it's going to be called. It's amazing what technology, how technology has evolved and how things have already changed and then how things are going to change. Oh, I forgot one thing that I did want to show real quick, and that is just the dancing baby. Of the 1990s. Now, I don't know, it became known as the Ooka Chaka Baby because of Ally McBeal, which was a TV show. But this was the very first viral thing on the internet that I think anybody ever paid attention to. Now, I'll probably get a copyright strike here, so I'll just shut up while it plays. Maybe. If it plays, we'll see what happens.
Ooka chaka, ooka, ooka, ooka chaka, ooka, ooka, ooka chaka, ooka, ooka, ooka chaka, ooka, ooka, ooka. I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. So,
you're probably looking at it now going, how on earth did that take over the internet? But when this came out, I think it was a combination of the fact that it was an animated GIF when it came out, and then it was featured on so many shows and everything. Of course, like I said, it was in Ally McBeal. There was something like she was having nightmares or something about getting older and not having kids, and this was like playing in her dream or something. I can't remember, but anyway, and it was just so weird to see this goofy, strange dancing baby thing. And the origins of the dancing baby are really cool. It's worth checking out. But anyhow, I had to throw that in there. It is the birthday of the World Wide Web, and that was one of the first absolute breakout, viral, shared, talked about things ever. Oh my gosh, that is so funny to look back on. But anyhow, I don't know. So let me know, what are your earliest memories of being on the World Wide Web? What are some of the very first sites you remember going to? What are some of the things you remember? And I know most of you were born way after, the beginning of the internet, or not internet, but the World Wide Web. So just let me know. I don't know. I'm curious. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Any other questions, problems, suggestions, horror stories? Put those down in the comments section as well. And thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for letting this old man indulge in some nostalgia here as the web turns 30 years old. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.